Hey there, welcome back. It's Shireen with another Adobe tutorial. This one is a basic skill. We're still talking about visual effects. We're talking about some of our basic functionality such as brushes and symbols and swatches. And once you make a brush, it stays in the library. This is from our previous demo. Once you make a swatch, that can also be saved as a palette to be used over and over again as a library. So the last of this trio is the symbols panel, where you can save visual instances of the artwork, and you can access them as libraries, but also a couple other features of the symbols panel that we'll be looking at. So this is also sort of Adobe for fashion, is that you can also create elements of garment details to enhance and take your technical flats to the next level, and you can save those, start to build yourself a library, and use them, and it ensures more consistency across the board in terms of making sure that you're using the same instance of a button or a zipper pull or whatever, a buckle you're using, making sure it's always that exact same artwork. So that's one feature. But another benefit is that you also save on file size, because a symbol is a visual instance. It's an effect, just like we talked about strokes, just like we talked about brushes. So symbols is another effect, and it really cuts down on file size. So it's just, there's definitely no argument for why you should not be using symbols. Definitely incorporate it into your workflow. So today I'm just going to talk about symbols again in the context of fashion. So I have a couple different sort of beginning starters of some buttons here ready to go. And let's say, for example, one of the first buttons that I want to use is a 4-hole button. I'm also going to sneak in a little bit about working with our align functionality. So I'll select, this is a group and this is a group. So to get these two groups to be aligned, up here in my control panel, and again, if this isn't showing up, your panel for the control bar, as well as all of your other panels, is under the view menu. So I'm going to go ahead and select this group of the outer rings, this group of what's going to be the buttonholes, select them both and say center align as well as vertically align. So now this is a perfect 4-hole button. I'm going to drag and drop. We can see that this is the artwork. We've got all the anchor points. We can see, right, all of that is the actual artwork. But here's what happens when I create it as a symbol. Once again, how did I do that? I dragged and dropped, and I just went to the symbols panel, and basically my choices are, I can call it button 1, and I'm not going to do a movie clip. This isn't for an animation. This is just a static symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. So did you notice earlier that we could see all of the anchor points because it was editable? That means I could still edit and grab that direct select tool and make any changes to those anchor points. But now we just have a visual symbol. This is also great for logos. So imagine you have a logo. You have to be 100% certain that you're using that same logo again and again. When you create it as a symbol and save it, then that ensures that consistency. So let's imagine that we are going to just drag and drop a few buttons. Imagine these are running down a flat or whatever artwork. You can create a symbol of, you can create an instance of any artwork, but in this case, we're thinking about buttons maybe. So I'm going to go ahead, align horizontally, and maybe I also want to distribute and make sure they're all evenly spaced. And there, so I've got 4 buttons, maybe say running down the front of a shirt or on the back of a placket, so a sleeve. So let's say they come back and they say, well, we changed our mind, we're not going for the 4-hole button, we would like this 2-hole button instead. But I've already lined them up so perfectly, they're already in place. There's a really great feature when you're using, another feature when using the symbols, is that you can also, let me go ahead and make another button, another little quick align center and align vertically. So let's say that this now is the preferred button that they'd like. This is still editable. I can still go in and grab anchor points, but I'm going to save this as a symbol now instead. Drag and drop, that's it. So I'll call this one button 2. And again, it's a static graphic, not for animation, but rather if I am told that if I decide for myself as a designer that I want to change these buttons, then I'm going to go ahead and select the original symbol, select the new symbol that we need to swap it out for. So imagine a logo was done originally in blue and now we changed it to red. Whatever is the new symbol, select it in your symbols panel and just go replace symbol. And then without copying and pasting and moving, everything is perfectly in the same place as before, but you swapped out the symbol. Great, they changed it again, and now that button's no longer available. Go back to the original button, replace symbol. It's great because you really don't have to move and finagle and worry about making sure you have the right one. You can save this library. Once you save this document under File, Save, you can call it My Button Library. Start putting all your buttons together, make one big library, and use them again and again. So I hope that this was a beneficial workflow to add to your practice. Make sure to ask any questions in the comments below. If this was helpful for you, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see what you create. See you in the next video. Thanks.